Hi.
Oh, you beat me to it.
Hi.
Jinx.
Hi. What's up?
Not much. You're in a really, really, really great mood, Aaron.
Listen, I want to show you something. I'm dressed. I just realized this a little bit ago. I'm dressed like a 90s rap guy.
Yeah.
Look what I have on.
Do that. Yeah. Get it. Yeah. Just get it. Yeah. Just start going like that. Yeah. Get the chain.
Why am I dressed? I really like this outfit, but apparently these are coming back in because I just got it because my daughter told me to buy it because it was cute and she's 13, so she knows.
I'm not pumped up about it. I don't know why. I like, I don't know. I get in an argument with my wife all the time about it.
You know, your wife's going to make you, I already know, your wife's going to make you be the couple from the Taylor Swift video for Halloween.
For Halloween? Really?
Yeah. Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't, but my wife and I, we did a little inappropriate cookie decorating Taylor Swift theme the other week during the holidays. Yeah, but yeah, I want to, I'm curious if people are thinking about their Halloween costumes in February because they should be.
I have a Valentine's Day thing I want to say since we have so many business owners watch us that we talked about with my team yesterday. But I have like the best daughter in the world and she's 13.
Yeah,
and really? So she has her own money from just things she does. And so she ordered me flowers from the Hy-Vee website and chocolates for Valentine's Day, which was the sweetest thing in the entire world for a 13-year-old, right? Like, oh my God, she's so sweet. But then they finally came at like 1:30. You could tell all day she kind of was like waiting for something. And then they finally came. And then when she brought them to me or whatever, she came upstairs and she goes, that website really rage baited me. And I was like, what are you talking about? And Hy-Vee has it's great for me because I'm 46 and websites are like, wow, I can get that delivered to my door. But what it made me realize, she'll be an adult in 4 years because she'll be 14 this month. And that age, that Gen Alpha, they are going to deal with zero friction. They are going to deal with zero. She's like, next time I'm using DoorDash. Like the fact that Hy-Vee was just like a little clunky to her because she's, she doesn't know any difference. So just a reminder that you've got about 4 years to make your stuff unclunky and then you're out.
Yeah, no, I was listening to podcasts on ByteDance, so the person that invented the coin exchange for Bitcoin, and for them, it's just the less friction is the only thing that matters.
Less friction, and your frontal lobe has to figure it out in like half a second now.
I like it. Well, who figures it out in half a second is Bestway International.
Yeah, they do.
Evardy Construction, and if you're not tuning in, Cargo Cafe is when?
It's actually this Wednesday.
This Wednesday.
So go to Bestway's to their LinkedIn page. That's where they do Cargo Cafe, and they answer all your questions about what's going on in freight and all of that. Any of the, the laws are changing so much and all of that. So they answer all of that once a month, and it's this Wednesday. So you can grab it right then. We want to know who's watching on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn. As always, Paul says he's watching from Chair 7 at Aspen. Just kidding. He'll be there tomorrow. You lying to us, Paul.
No, he's going to be there with a Hams beer on the ski rack, just getting in the chair. So he's a big Hams beer guy.
I won't even do the ski machine at the gym. Nope.
Interesting. Wow.
You know that I was born in Colorado and I did used to snowboard, but anymore, my bones break too easy.
Colorado to Gardner, Kansas, huh?
Kansas. What were my parents thinking? Anyways. All right. Well, lucky for you guys that they moved to Gardner, so you get to know me. Let's not talk about ourselves anymore. How about that?
Here we go.
All right. So this is kind of fun because today neither one of us knew the guests. Thank you to Jessica Powell for let's give it up for Jessica Powell.
Oh, cool. Look at that sound effect.
For scheduling both of our guests, but I'm going to bring them both in order of the way that they showed up to the show. And then we will get started. Here we go. Pat's favorite music. John and building. Hi, guys. Welcome. We are so excited to get to know and learn about you. It's kind of fun because we both get to learn about you. As always, let us know if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, live or the replay. Put it in the comments. We will answer all questions from the comments. So here we go. John, who are you? What do you do? And how do you get to Kansas City?
So John Michaels, our company's called Cirque Renewables here in KC. We are a waste to value company. We have technology that we're deploying. It was designed or R&D funded by the U.S. Air Force. We take 50 tons of tires a day.
Wow.
We throw them in the machine. We turn them into recovered carbon black, goes right back into plastic products and rubber products. We make crude oil that'll go right into asphalt and roads, and we make steel. And we create about 30 jobs in the process. So launching our first site in Kansas, really excited about that. How did I get to Kansas? Because Stan and Kathy Michaels met at Bishop Ward High School over in KCK, got married. Second pregnancy was me, born at Providence Hospital and born and raised. It's a long way of saying born and raised. So yeah, been here, raised family here. My wife and I, we've got 2 children that are 31 and 28, and we got a little grandbaby who just hit 9 months old, and he's awesome. So that's us in KC. So
you made a comment earlier about being I won't say your age on this show, but being that grandparent, and I was like, listen. First of all, we didn't believe you, and second of all, I think that's the best. You can be there with them, but then you can also give them back. You're in a great point of life.
So we have this joke in the family that grandchildren are so much better than regular children. We tease our kids about it. But yeah, as long as we give him back in relatively the same condition he was in when we got him, we're in good shape. We don't, it's funny, Fielding was talking earlier about his kids going to tryouts and making this team. We don't care what team he makes. We don't care what school he goes to. We just, it's just a completely different thing. So yeah, we're fired up about it. So that's the personal side, and obviously the business side is exciting. We got an opportunity to bring a silver bullet for that economic or that environmental issue to the world. So we're pretty fired up about it.
What was the aha moment to start your company?
So just found the space, found the inventor through a consultant here in the Midwest. Again, they were going through the funding process with the Air Force, developing it, and just developed that relationship over 2 or 3 years. And I wanted to do an environmental solution that didn't rely on the government funding it for it to be profit, because I think environmentally friendly is synonymous with you'll go out of business if the right people aren't in power. Mm-hmm. So we've got a situation where we take a waste issue, put it in there, we cook it, and it creates valuable products. So
that was literally going to be my question: is if it's the laws changing affected it. So that's amazing that it doesn't.
No, current admin is being awesome right now. We're getting a ton of support from this group, from the USDA as well. So we're fired up.
I just finished watching the show Scandal with my daughter. I don't know if you guys have watched that, but apparently someone that worked in the White House was a writer on it. And of course it's times 10, right? But every election you see, just watching that show, how everything could change. So it was a good reminder that, yeah, you got to not count on that. So sure. Awesome. All right, Fielding, who are you? What do you do? How do you get to Kansas City?
Yeah, so Fielding Brenner, thanks for having me. I'm actually from a small town in Kansas called Holton, Kansas. So shout out to them. Got to Kansas City, my ex-wife and her family are from here, and she was raised here. But now my kids, I have 3 kids, and they're so embedded in the different sports that are going on here. And it's just been a great place to be, and then also to start a company. And so I'm the founder and CEO of Pitchter, and we are an AI sales training and coaching platform that focuses on the performance of sales professionals. And so that's kind of the thing that I started back in 2025 last year, and been now launched our app. We got our website up and running too, and we're bringing on beta customers and new users, and running a marketing campaign to just reach out to everybody. But John, it's crazy just with the opportunities that all these kids have with tryouts, and it's like the pressure that gets put on kids these days. But as long as they're having fun, they're still enjoying it and loving it, then we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
I saw something that said the money that parents are spending now on all the coaching doesn't make up for it overpasses the college degree that they're trying, or the college scholarship they're trying to get.
Yeah. I told my son's club coach, I just feel like I pay somebody a lot of money to yell at my kid differently.
That's right. And so Fielding, for you, what was kind of the aha moment? And your town was founded in 1856. Just a little bit back.
He knows the most random Kansas facts.
Yeah, that's awesome. Being in sales for almost 15 years, it was like really needed to do something that impacts what I do on a daily basis. With AI kind of changing the way that it impacts companies, the way they work, the way that we use it in our everyday lives. I wanted to know if there's a tool like Pitchter that could actually help the sales professional be better at being better prepared, having more confidence, and actually help them close more deals, because we know through studies that actually 60% of reps never even hit quota. So it's important to find a tool that allows you to actually even get closer to it, if not hit or exceed quota, because now the data can tell you how you're prepping and how you're preparing to give you that confidence going into the meeting. So any training that you're doing actually transitions to in the moment.
So, okay, I have a question. We have an AI tool. I won't say the name of it, but we have an AI tool that we actually use as like for client meetings, kind of it's like it records them and it transcribes them and all of that, but it has a sales component to it. And I think it's really supposed to kind of be one of these tools as well. However, we don't ever use it for the sales piece, but I know that there's tools out there. So how is yours differ from some of the ones that are trying to kind of get in that space? Kind of what's your big reason to use you guys?
Great question. So we have a lot of competitors that only do the front end piece or just the back end piece. So they only focus on role play, or they only focus on the recorded call and giving feedback. I wanted to touch every aspect of the sales professional's journey, from onboarding to the role play to the performance. So we have something where we have the Pitchter scoring matrix. So instead of just giving you suggestions or feedback, we actually score you on everything from opening to close and provide you valuable data now that can tie into the opportunities that you're working within your sales organization. So I can say, hey, Fielding's actually practiced 5 times for this upcoming meeting tied to this specific opportunity. I know he's ready. And then when the meeting actually happens, now I have more data from the performance that tells me why I was prepared or I wasn't prepared if I didn't practice. And then also, is the opportunity progressing or is it stalling? And I can have all the data points behind it.
Well, last time one of my friends started a sales tool, he became the second richest Black man in America. So that was Calendly. So now that you know me, your chances are up. All right. Your turn, Scott.
John, what was the most pivotal point in your career?
My career, I always take this back to like next steps in leadership. And I had a CEO when I'd been promoted. And at that point, I moved into a role where I had 137 we called them employees at that time. We decided to start calling them teammates. And he made the comment to me, he goes, first off, if you fail, it's all your fault. And I said, whoa, and I remember being taken back. And then he explained it. And he said, because you have this person within the company to ask about this. You have this person to follow up and ask this question. If you try and prove to us how smart you are, you'll fail. And if you are humble and you will reach out to anyone and ask any question, you'll be successful. And then the second part was that when we realized that at that point I had 137 bosses. So from a servant leadership standpoint, it was walk into the place every day and just make sure everyone had what they needed to be successful, and that I worked for all of them, and that just questions. So I passed that on to all my team that, hey, if you fail, like every time I promoted somebody or every time I put somebody in a new role, that was always the message was, if you fail, it's all your fault. And I always got a kick out of watching their facial expression, as I'm sure he did mine, but then explaining why and just making sure that there's no stupid questions. But you talk about a pivotal point in business for me was just understanding what the pyramid really looked like.
So what year was that? And then
for me, it was 13.
Yeah, I'm 13. Yeah, it's definitely a trend in terms of people not using the word employee anymore. So definitely agree with that. For you, what was the biggest high of growing that business?
Watching watching your teammates succeed outside of, right? We knew their metrics in-house. We knew what they were doing. But to hear somebody come up and say, hey, I had a great year and buying a new house, or sending my kids to college, or taking the family to Disney World, or, because that's why you do it. We're really focused on that with our new venture here, is that, entry level pay is $30 an hour at our site, plus benefits. So you've got someone come in and work 40 hours a week. We're not going to do overtime. I want to pay somebody $85,000 a year to make sure the tires are going in and out. And then I want them to leave and go home and have a work-life balance. So yeah, that's the high, is seeing what the environment creates for people outside of the environment. So
I love it. That's a great answer. So Fielding, I don't know how to follow that one. It's a good one. But what was the most pivotal point in your career?
Yeah, I would say probably 2024, and most that year was pretty difficult because I got shifted with the company that I was with. And I've been in big, large corporate sales for a while. And so the company I was with, I got shifted to a territory that had never hit its number in the last 5+ years. And so it was very difficult and stressing on just my career in general, because again, it was that if you fail, it's your fault, and especially within sales. And so it was like we weren't really doing anything. It was difficult. We were both kind of like wondering when we were going to get the axe. And so it really made me put things into perspective of like, all right, I'm working for these large enterprise companies that have so many different layers to them. I don't know if I'm necessarily getting the input that I should, versus just focusing on the numbers, versus how do I continue to build my craft as a salesperson and get better. And I always go back to just athletics, because I played football and ran track in college, and just the preparation of like, if you want to be good at something, you have to practice, or you have to understand from a coach that gives you insight and gives you details on like how to be better at it, and learn from these losses, learn from the experiences. And so I'd say in 24, really took a step back and was like, okay, is this the path that I want to go down? So that's why in January of 25, I decided to start my own business, and I want to do things the right way. And I want to be able to have kind of that sales coach in your pocket 24/7. So that way you can understand what you're doing that's great, what you need to work on, and then have the data behind it to help you.
So I have a question.
Go ahead.
Nope, you go.
Well, I'm going to interrupt you, and I'm not going to be upset about it. I was going to say there's 2 college athletes on this podcast, but go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, yeah, D1. Okay, so I was going to ask, so when you decided to start it, do you know the tech side of having to build that out, or how did you figure that part out?
So I actually went out and found a tech partner to actually do the development side. But being in sales, try to really understand the industry, kind of wanting to scale to enterprise. So, and that's where I've spent most of my career, is kind of the entire process of that longer sales cycle. But then how do we drive and get some ROI behind reducing the sales cycle itself, reducing the ramp time? There's so many data points around what it costs to actually retain a salesperson and train them and hire them, and then get through that, period of time that they just walk away, and then you're all back, starting it back over. So the tech side, I had an idea just from being in tech for so long of how I wanted it to operate. But developing it itself, like I've never claimed to know how to write code.
Right. I think that's the hard part, right? Is finding someone that can sell the product to start to get users, and then also the tech side. So that's great. How'd you find your tech partner?
LinkedIn, of all places. Apparently you can create a project plan, and then I got swarmed with LinkedIn messages and interviewed people for about 3 weeks, and found this group that they were familiar with the companies that I've worked for or work with previously. And
That's
so
awesome.
Confidence in partnering with them.
I love me some LinkedIn. All right, John. How is your 2026 going, and how can the Kansas City community help you this year?
Well, Kansas in general has been amazing. So 26 is going awesome. We've got 2 sites that we are looking at. We've got the USDA coming in to guarantee the debt to generate economic development in rural communities. We've got Kansas Commerce that is coming and swinging on this. They've got we're about 80 yards into a 100-yard dash with them on their, their package, their financial package for us at both sites. And then the next piece is going to be an equity raise. So, and we just got to figure out what that gap is. We've got the deals in underwriting with the national bank. And I mean, Kansas City's just been great from a networking standpoint, and people get it. But right now it's, Mid-America Regional Council has been awesome. Diana Bryant over there at Mid-America Regional Council on the solid waste side. Just we're learning, but this is very much a build it and they will come situation. You have to, we landfill 70 million tires a year in the United States of America. We have 270 million waste tires total. So if we're just going to keep tires out of the landfill, we have to build 50 of these sites so you can understand the market. But the first one is the tough one. So, once we get the first one open and people know they don't have to take them to a landfill, they know there's a better way. You don't have to grind them up and put them on sports fields, where they leach a gas off into the air and the kids are huffing it as they're playing soccer out in Overland Park. But we won't talk about that. It's just, Kansas City's been great, and I don't know what to ask for from this community because it's always been good to me and my family. It's the biggest small town you'll ever do business in, so it always seems like you turn around and you meet somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. But we've got a lot of equity groups here in town that are already asking how they can get involved, and we just don't have that number yet, so we're not ready, but we're getting close. So.
All right, so you don't have any asks? You just came on here so people got to see.
Yeah, get
the brand out there.
My gosh, second thing, we've got another project that's going on right now that I can't even talk about, but it has to do with diverting waste from the landfill, turning it into carbon and sequestering it in concrete. But yeah, I know, but I can't really talk about that. It's a weird thing, it's not like we're opening a business and we want people to come and buy from us. It's right. We're really taking care of an environmental problem that most people don't even care about. Because when you take your car to get new tires, you pay them $6 a tire and they go away and you don't care where they go. Wow. But if Costco threw your old tires in your trunk and said good luck, or they were waiting for you in your driveway when you got home, you would care about it. So once the site's open, it's going to be how do we tell the story? But we're just not ready to tell the story yet. Does that make sense?
Got it. If you don't want anything, I'm not going to force you to get anything.
I don't know. There's so many people in this town that need something today that I don't even want to jump ahead of that line. So anybody out there who's thinking of doing anything for us, please focus all your attention and energy right now to Pitster and Fielding.
I love that. If people want to connect with you, is LinkedIn the best place to connect?
It is.
Okay, cool. All right.
Oh, sorry. Follow Cirque Renewables on LinkedIn and on Instagram. All of Kansas City. So that'd be like what? 2.5 million followers. Let's go.
Hold on. I want to show you something because you have your name on your thing. So I want to try to show how you spell Cirque.
CIRQUE Renewables.
Look at that, Aaron. You are
.com. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Instagram.
I don't know why I wasn't the tech partner.
And we have a cool icon logo, and someday we'll sell shirts with the little cow on it. So
I love it. Then maybe you can do a partnership with Cirque du Soleil.
You're only the 18th person to make that joke.
Thank you.
Okay. You're in the top 20. You're in the top 20.
20 is good. I love it. All right, Fielding. How's your 2026 going, and how can the Kansas City community help you?
Well, hopefully it just got better with John plugging me, so I appreciate that. Yeah. Man, 26 is off and running. We've had a lot of new beta customers join us. The tech is up and running with the ability to download the app, and it's been going really well. So we're starting a marketing campaign, some social media stuff as well. We are on LinkedIn. We are on Instagram, looking at trying to maybe get a TikTok up and running. We'll see.
Oh, I got a lot of TikTok followers. I'm definitely looking for help in a lot of ways, I guess, whether it's followers or beta users, or honestly, I love Kansas City and I'd love to give back. So, if there's something I could do specifically for nonprofits here in Kansas City too, that need help with pitching funds. I'm always looking at, giving discounted rates, like for that as well. I think
one of the other big asks would just be, getting plugged in to places. I mean, that's, Jessica Powell's been awesome and, introducing us to you guys, and that's been huge, but would love to just kind of get plugged into the community more. Been trying to make more networking opportunities, which has been phenomenal. There's a lot of tremendous founders in Kansas City. There's a lot of cool startups that are up and coming right now that are, Startling News just put out who their startups to watch, and Pipeline's a big program, Digital Sandbox. I mean, we have a lot of great opportunities in this town, which is phenomenal. But if you don't know, you don't know. So, and kind of to John saying, if you meet somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, there's so much of that goes on, which is phenomenal. So big ask would just be, I'd love to have coffee, lunch, conversations, talk about how to help sales teams. I have a lot of sales experience myself. So even if it's just looking about what reps are doing these days with different tools outside of Pitcher, I have some experience there as well.
What advice do you have for people networking, starting a new business in Kansas City?
Find people like through LinkedIn, or ask around. I mean, again, back to John's point, somebody knows somebody that knows somebody. But again, you have to Google the right things. Like with the tech partner, I went out and found it on LinkedIn because I didn't know. But I now know, after developing my tech, there's some great places here in Kansas City. But my advice then would just be, like, you got to do some heavy searching, whether you're chat GPTing, just information, or Googling information. Or just cold call or cold email somebody and ask. Say, hey, I see you're a founder in Kansas City. How? What did you do? Where do you start? And everybody around here is always super helpful and nice, and will be willing to do that.
I love it. Aaron, great way to end the show. What about you?
Oh, I thought you were doing the wrap up. You took up my job. So I was just
not doing a wrap up. That's you.
I'm just kidding. No, that was amazing. Best place to connect with you, Fielding, is that LinkedIn?
Yeah, LinkedIn. We have pitcher.ai is our website, and Pitcher on LinkedIn and Instagram.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much to our guests for coming on. Thank you so much to our sponsors, Bestway International, Evardy Construction. And thank you so much to my best friend and my co-host, Scott Havens. We will see you same time, same day next week. Bye.